Okay, class, let's continue. Okay, so this time, finance lease. Okay, so again, who is the owner substantially? Pag ang answer, lessee. Yan, finance lease. Okay, and unlike in operating lease, so the lessor will continue to recognize the underlying asset. So this time in finance lease, the lessor will de-recognize that underlying asset. And then the lessor will recognize receivable. Okay, and that's the question in number 51. At how much? Yan. So at commencement date, so the lessor shall recognize assets held under a finance lease in its statement of financial position and present them as what? A receivable. So ito nga yung finance lease receivable. At how much? Yan. At an amount equal to the net investment in the lease. So yung net investment in the lease, yun ang measurement of the lease receivable. Okay, and what is that net investment in the lease? Yun ang question dyan sa number 51. So that's letter D, delta. So that's the gross investment in the lease discounted at the interest rate implicit in the lease. So to get yung net investment, which is yun nga, yung measurement ng receivable, first we need to get gross. And what is gross investment? So lagyan ng note, that's letter C. The aggregate of A and B. So yung aggregate of A and B, so yun yung gross investment in the lease. And what are those? Yan, letter A, the lease payments receivable by the lessor under a finance lease. So actually, ito yung lease payments ng lessee. So lease payments payable by lessee. So yung payable na yun ng lessee, yun naman ang marireceive ng lessor. And then any unguaranteed residual value accruing to the lessor. At pag sinabing accruing to the lessor, so the asset will go back to the lessor at the end of lease term. Kaya kung may transfer of ownership, okay, or hindi na babalik kay lessor yung kay asset, so wala yan. Irrelevant yung residual value. Okay? So simply yung A plus yung B, yan yung total na marireceive ng lessor. Okay? So kaya tawag gross investment in the lease. Yung gross investment is basically yung total receivable. Then anong gagawin doon sa gross? I-discount. Okay? So using a particular rate, yung rate implicit in the lease. Okay? So notice no, si lessee merong choice eh. Either implicit kung available or incremental. Pero si lessor no choice, mandatory ang implicit rate. So, kung yung gross ay undiscounted, yung net ay discounted, may difference yan. So, ito yung technical term, unearned finance income. So, yung difference between letter C, gross investment, at yung D, net investment, unearned finance income. So, mas kilala sa tawag na unearned interest income. So, yan yung total interest to be earned over the lease term. So actually, yung gross, yan yung future value. Yung net, yung present value. Kaya yung difference, so ang tawag ko na lang dyan, discount. So yan yung pinaka-discount, okay, on the lease receivable. Okay, so number 51, okay, letter D, delta. Now, regarding yung lease payments receivable, notice no, okay, kapag guaranteed yung residual value, as noted earlier, part siya ng lease payments. So pag unguaranteed, hindi na siya part ng lease payments, pero part pa rin siya ng investment, gross and net. Okay, kaya yung gross siya net, same lang, whether guaranteed yan or not. So provided, yun nga, it will accrue to the lessor. Now, regarding yung lease payments receivable, as I mentioned earlier, yan din yung lease payments payable ng lessee. Okay, so that's number 52. Okay, so ang sagot dyan, letter A. So as noted earlier, yan din. So yung babayaran ng lessee, yan ang matatanggap ng lessor. So the same except one item, this one. So the rest, the same na yan. Kasi nga, syempre, yung babayaran ng lessor, ng lessee, yan ang marireceive ng lessor. Except in relation to residual value guarantee. Okay? So as noted previously, pag guaranteed yan ng third party, hindi yan babayaran ng lessee. Pero marireceive pa rin ng lessor. So kaya on the part of the lessor, yung residual value guarantee, pwedeng guaranteed siya ng lessee, a party related to lessee. So ito ha, guaranteed by lessee, a party related to lessee, or pwede rin ang nag-guarantee third party. Okay? So notice kay lessee ito lang, lessee tsaka party related kay lessee. Pag third party, ignore. Pero sa part ng lessor, okay, consider yung third party guarantee. So yan yung marireceive ng lessor na hindi babayaran ng lessee. So the rest, the same na. Yung fixed payments or in substance, fixed payments, less incentives payable. Okay, so yung variable payments nakadepend on index or rate, also known as inflation linked, okay, payments. Then yung option to buy, pag gagamitin na, pag i-exercise na yung option. At kung may penalty in case iti-terminate. Okay, so yan yung payable ng lessee na marireceive ng lessor. Okay, so i-discount using the rate implicit in the lease. Okay, now, number 53. So again, as noted earlier, yung finance lease, so yung particular accounting, depende kung ano yung lessor, dealer or non-dealer. So pag dealer, ang tawag, sales type. So non-dealer, direct financing. So dito muna tayo sa sales type finance lease. Okay, so number 53. At commencement date. Okay, so again, nire-recognize, okay, at commencement date. A manufacturer or dealer lessor shall recognize the following for each of its finance leases. So ang sagot dyan, delta. All of this. So since yan nga ay sales type, okay, so the lessor is a dealer or manufacturer, so meron siyang revenue. At yung revenue na yan, ito nga yung sales. So that is yung lower of fair value of the leased asset and present value of lease payments. So the lower of the two, that's the revenue. Okay, so meron din siyang cost of sales. So which is yung cost or if different, yung carrying amount. Minus yung present value of unguaranteed residual value. Now, regarding yung present value ng URV. So bakit dinideduct yan from cost of sales? So simply, ang reason dyan, since unguaranteed yan, hindi yan part ng LP. So kung hindi siya part ng LP, hindi siya part ng sales. Hindi rin dapat part ng cost of sales. So para consistent. And also, since unguaranteed nga yan, kung later on worthless na pala yung asset, so the lessor will bear the loss. So kaya effectively, ito yung portion of the asset not sold. So not sold by the lessor. So since hindi siya sold effectively, hindi siya part ng sales, hindi rin part ng cost of sales. So yung difference, ito yon, yung selling profit or loss. So basically, gross profit. Yan. So yung gross profit. Okay? So tapos yung sales, ang i-apply dyan, PFRS 15. So kasi nga one way para makabenta eh. Okay, itong si lessor, okay, pinaparentahan. So since dealer yung lessor, so aside from the interest, meron din siyang profit on sale or gross profit or dealer's profit. Okay, so 53 delta. So to illustrate, okay, 54 and 55. So sa 54, compute natin yung total interest, okay, to be earned over the lease term. Yan nga yung UFI, yung unearned finance income. Then, yun, magko-compute din tayo ng selling profit. or dealer's profit. So again, as noted earlier, how to get yung total interest? Ito yung formula. So yung UFI, unearned finance income or unearned finance income, that's the difference between the gross and the net investment in the lease. So ano nga itong gross investment? Ito yung LP plus URV. So yung lease payments receivable plus yung unguaranteed residual value, so yun yung total, okay, na marireceive over the lease term. So yan yung gross investment. So of course yung LP in the form of cash normally. So ito naman yung asset at the end of the lease term. Okay, so let's supply the amounts. So lessor is a dealer. So yun nga, kung yan ay finance lease, sales type. So details, annual rental payable at the end of each year, 2 million. So payable in arrears. Lease term and useful life, 5 years. Yun na, automatic na, finance lease. So sales type, finance lease. Cost of the machine, 5 million. Again, pag sales type, anong classification ng machine? Inventory. So classified yan as inventory. The residual value is unguaranteed. Okay, so hindi siya part ng LP. Pero part pa rin ng gross investment. Rate implicit in the lease given 10%. Then no need to compute the factors this time given. So at the end of the lease term, the machinery will revert to the lessor. So it will accrue to the lessor. So we'll consider. Kasi nga kung hindi na yan babalik kay lessor, ignore the residual value. Okay, then may ginastos itong si lessor na 200,000 initial direct cost. As noted earlier, pag sales type, okay, yung IDC na yan, part yan ng cost of sales. So consider that later in computing selling profit. Okay, supply the amounts. LP, 2 million times 5 years. So lease payments receivable. Total, 10 million. Plus the URV, 1 million. So yung total to be collected over the lease term, so that's the gross investment in the lease. So yung 10 million nga, cash. So yung rent. So tapos yung 1 million, yung machine after 5 years. Okay, get the present value. That's the net investment in the lease. So yung discounted gross. So present value of LP plus the present value of URV. So the LP, 2 million times this one. So discount, okay, factor 3.79. Ordinary annuity. Okay, 10%, 5 periods. So 2 million times 3.79. So present value. Then the URV, 1 million times 0.62. Okay, so 1 million times the factor. So at 10%, 5 periods. So the present value of LP plus the present value of URV. So that's the present value of the gross investment. And that's the net investment. So, ito yung total to be collected over the lease term. So, ito yung present value. Okay? So, kung ito ay future value, ito ay present. So, yung difference, time value. And that's the interest over the lease term. So, technically called unearned finance income or unearned interest or simply discount. So, number 54, letter A. At yung interest nga na yan, i-recognize using a method similar to effective interest. So a method that produces constant return on the carrying amount of the net in constant return on the net investment on the carrying amount of the lease receivable. So yun nga, yung carrying amount is basically yung net investment in the lease. Okay? Paano kung guaranteed? Kung guaranteed yan, same answer pa rin. So, mangyari lang dyan, kung guaranteed, lipat mo lang dito yan, yung URB sa LP. So kaya whether guaranteed or not, same gross, same net. So same answer. Okay, so again guaranteed, unguaranteed, same answer. Okay, next. Number 55. So again, paano nga kino-compute ang selling profit or loss? Sales less cost of sales. So sales, okay, ito nga yung lower of the fair value of the asset and present value of LP. So yung fair value not given. So we can use this one. Yung present value of LP. Okay, sales. So ito yung revenue. Cost of sales. Cost less present value of URV. Again, since hindi part ng sales yung URV, hindi rin siya part ng cost of sales. So cost this one, 5 million. Present value of URV, this one. So cost less present value of URV, so that's the cost of sales. So sales less cost of sales, profit on sale. Kaya lang, as noted earlier, so merong initial direct cost. Okay, so again, it will follow the asset. So since nabenta na yung asset, yung IDC na yan, part na rin ng cost of sales. Kaya minus IDC. So sales less cost of sales, including initial direct cost. So selling profit, dealer's profit, or simply gross profit. So number 55, letter A. Now, paano kung guaranteed? Okay, so ganun pa din. Same answer pa rin. Yun nga lang, kung guaranteed yan, so yung 620 will become part of sales. Then, hindi na natin i-deduct yung 620 dun sa cost of sales. Kaya kung yan ay guaranteed if guaranteed, anong effect? Increase in sales and cost of sales, 620. Kaya yung net, 0. So, guaranteed or not, same answer. Diyan sa number 54 and 55. Okay. Now, in relation to the residual value, okay, number 56. So, which one is incorrect? Okay, so A is a correct statement. So, yun yung total finance income or yung unearned finance income to be earned over the lease term and yung selling profit. So as I mentioned earlier, same lang. If the lessee guarantees the residual value. So kung ginaranty daw ng lessee yung residual value, same lang yung answer doon sa total interest and selling profit. B is also correct. If the fair value of the underlying asset is less than the residual value at the end of the lease term. So di ba nga ang residual value 1 million? So let's say after 5 years, ang value na lang 800,000. So since unguaranteed, yung difference, loss on the part of lessor. So since unguaranteed. So the risk remains with the lessor. Now tama din yung letter C. In case guaranteed yung residual value, okay, so let's say 1 million yung guaranteed. Yung value na lang after 5 years, 800. So yung difference, okay, babayaran ng lessee. So lessor will receive cash for the difference. So kapag ka unguaranteed, loss of lessor. So guaranteed, so receivable from the guarantor. Okay, so number 56, delta. All the statements are correct. Okay, so 56, delta. Now, so again what's the measurement of lease receivable? Okay, net investment in the lease. Okay, now, changes in lease receivable. Okay, number 57. So, which statement is incorrect? So, regarding subsequent measurement of finance lease. So, A is a correct statement. A lessor shall recognize finance income over the lease term based on a pattern reflecting a constant periodic rate of return on the lessor's net investment in the lease. As I mentioned earlier, yan nga yung method similar to effective interest. So previous CA or previous net investment times implicit rate. So may constant return. on the net investment. B is also correct. A lessor shall apply the lease payments relating to the period against the gross investment in the lease to reduce both the principal and unearned finance income. So yung periodic rental payment, so as if nga payment for interest and principal. Okay, so C is also correct. If there has been a reduction in the estimated and guaranteed residual value, so it will affect yung gross and net investment. Siyempre, pag nagbago yung residual value, then the lessor shall revise the income allocation over the lease term and recognize immediately any reduction in respect of amounts accrued. Okay, so again, so pag nagbago yung residual value, syempre magre-recompute yan ng net investment. Okay, tsaka ng gross. So kung meron bang adjustment, so recognize immediately. So dito nagkamali sa letter D. So as mentioned previously, okay, ang lease actually financial instrument din yan. So para bang yung lease receivable, financial asset din yan. So yun nga lang, dahil may sariling standard ang leases, so ang ina-apply for recognition and measurement, PFRS 16 and not PFRS 9. Kaya lang, there are certain aspects ng PFRS 9 na pwedeng i-apply sa leases na hindi covered ng 16. And that is in relation to what? Yan, yung derecognition. Kasi walang derecognition principle ang PFRS 16. So we'll refer to dito nagkamali. So dapat yan, PFRS 9. So yung derecognition and impairment requirements in PFRS 9 dapat. In PFRS 9, okay, so applicable yan sa lease receivable. So doon sa net investment in the lease. So kaya yung net investment in the lease, which is yun nga, yung measurement ng lease receivable, subject yan to the recognition and impairment requirements of PFRS 9. Kasi para din siyang actually financial asset. Okay, so financial asset na para bang naka-amortize cost. Okay, so 57, delta. Now, notice in our previous examples, laging given yung periodic rental payments. Pero syempre, in reality, kung ikaw yung lessor, yun ang issue mo dyan. Magkano ba sisingilin ko dito kay lessee? Okay, para kumita ako ng certain return. Okay, so at let's say, kung yan ay sales type, kumita ako ng profit, magkaroon ako ng target dealer's profit. So, yun ang number 58. So, magko-compute tayo ng periodic rental payments. Again ito dapat PFRS 9 ito, not 36. Okay, so ito mathematics portion of leases, computation of the lease payments. Okay, so this one is sales type. So the company entered into a lease of equipment. Okay, so the lease term 6 years. So cost 40,000. So the lessor plans to earn 4,000 dealer's profit. So paano nga kino-compute yung dealer's profit or selling profit? Sales, which is yung present value nga ng LP, less cost of sales. So sales less cost of sales, dealer's profit. So we can work back from that. So ito yung dealer's profit, yung target, 4,000. Okay? So magkano yung cost? 40. Yan na yung cost of sales. Since in this case, no residual value. So, sales less cost of sales, profit. Therefore, target profit plus yung cost of sales. Okay, ito yung sales. So, yung sales na yan, ito yung present value of LP. So, which is, ito na rin effectively yung net investment in the lease. Okay, so again to achieve yung 4,000 na dealer's profit, considering yung cost na 4,000, 40,000, so dapat yung sales niyan 44. So, to achieve the target profit and at the same time earn the implicit rate of 12%, so magkano yung dapat i-charge kay lessee considering that the payment is in arrears. So, every year end siya. So, divide natin ang appropriate factor. So, present value of ordinary annuity. Ordinary annuity of 1, 12%, 6 periods, 6 payments. So the periodic, the annual lease payment, so 58, letter C. So ito na yung mathematics of investment. So related to leases. Okay, now, so in 58, sales type. Okay, number 59. So ito naman, direct financing. So ang requirement, the same. Okay, magkano yung annual lease payment? Okay, this time, dahil ito ay direct financing, walang dealer's profit. And yung asset, okay, ng lessor, yun na yung kanyang net investment. Okay, at magkano yung market value ng asset na yan? 100,000. So ang scenario dyan, nag-invest. So yung asset ng lessor, yun yung pinaka-investment ng lessor. So ang investment niya, 100,000. Okay, of course, kung nag-invest siya ng 100, gusto niyang ma-recover yan, 100 na yan. And at the same time, earn, okay, return on that investment. So in this case, the lease term is 5 years. So this time, payable in advance. Implicit rate, 8%. Okay, now the residual value is 40, guaranteed. So it doesn't matter actually. Whether guaranteed or not, again, same lang ang treatment. So ganitong situation. Yung fair value ng asset ni lessor, 100,000. Yun yung ininvest niya dyan sa list na yan. So, portion of that recoverable in the form of the asset itself, yung residual value na 40. So, minus natin yung portion ng investment na ma-recover in the form of residual value, the asset itself. So, that's 40,000 after 5 years. Magkano yan today? So, get the present value. So, that's 40,000, discount at 8%. Okay? 5 periods. So, 40,000 yan after 5 years. So, ito yung value niyan today. So, the portion of 100 ma-recover in the form of the asset itself. So, yung residual value ng asset. So, the rest, okay, recoverable in the form of rent. So, yan na yung net investment to be recovered. And para nga ma-recover yan, and at the same time mag-earn ng 8%, okay, magkano yung dapat i-charge ni lessor kay lessee? Considering that the payment is advance. Okay, so divide natin ang appropriate factor. And what is that factor? Advance annuity at 8%, 5 periods. So actually, ito yung ordinary annuity. I-times mo lang ng 1.08. So yun na yung advance. Okay, so divide by advance annuity factor, 8%, 5 periods. So the annual lease payment in advance. So number 59, letter A. Okay, so 59, letter A. So yan, mathematics of investment. Okay, so again, in our previous examples, laging given yung implicit rate. So as mentioned earlier, okay, so yung pag-discount ba doon sa LP. So using yung implicit rate. So hindi katulad ng lessee, pag hindi available yung implicit, ang ginagamit incremental. So yung option na yun kay lessee lang yun. Pero kay lessor, no choice. So kailangan gamitin niya rate implicit in the list. At kung hindi yun available sa problem, kailangan computein. So, paano ba yung concept ng rate implicit in the list? And if not given, how to compute? Okay, this one. So, another mathematics portion ito ng leases. Okay, so number 60, definition of rate implicit in the list. So, that is the rate, okay, of interest that causes the present value of LP and yung present value of URV, okay, to be equal to letter C, the sum of A and B. So yung sum ng fair value of the underlying asset and any initial direct costs of the lessor. So clearly, this one is defined in the perspective of what? Okay. So, direct financing lease. Kasi nga, di ba, pagka yan ay sales type, anong treatment sa IDC? Expense. So, kaya yung pag-determine ng implicit rate, so, ang concept dyan, direct financing. Okay? So, in equation form, so, pag sinabing rate implicit in the lease, ito yung rate na pag diniscount daw yung LP at yung URB, mag-equal ba doon sa fair value of the asset plus IDC. So yung rate used to discount yung LP and URB ang tawag interest rate implicit in the lease. Now, as noted earlier, di ba, pag pinresent value yung LP at pinresent value yung URB, di ba equal yan dun sa tinatawag na net investment in the lease. Therefore, yung fair value of underlying asset plus yung IDC, so basically, yan yung net investment kapag yan ay direct financing lease. Okay? So again, kasi nga, di ba yung present value ng LP plus present value ng URB, net investment in the lease yan eh. Okay? So yung gross investment, discounted. So kaya yung fair value ng asset plus IDC, effectively, yun yung net investment. Kasi nga 'di ba pag direct financing, yung asset at yung asset yun ang ininvest ng lessor plus yung additional na gastos niya to negotiate yung lease, yung IDC. Okay? So yan yung definition of rate implicit in the lease. So to illustrate, usually naman binibigay pero just in case not given. So illustrate natin yung pag-compute. So number 61. Okay, so what would be the interest rate implicit in the lease in this case? Again, ito yung ating template. Okay, so here's the background. The entity leases a machine with fair value of 109,444. So lagay na natin fair value of underlying asset given. Term 5 years. Okay. Annual rental payable in advance 25,000. So kaya pag magdi-discount tayo dyan, we need advance annuity. Okay, the residual value is not guaranteed. 15,000. So nandito, merong URV. So in this case, wala mo ng IDC. So therefore, ang target natin dyan, yung fair value of the asset. Okay, so yung LP, this one, 25,000, 5 years advance. Then yung residual value is not guaranteed. So URB, 15,000. So discount LP, discount URV. Dapat yung total 109,444. And what rate will give us 109,444? So yun na. Just like effective interest rate computation. Trial and error. Okay, so interpolation din yan. Guess and check. You guess and then you check. Yan. And since multiple choice yan, just try everything. 4 lang naman yan. Mabilis ka namang mag-present value. Okay, so true interpolation. So makuha mo dyan, 12%. So let's check. Okay, using 12%, present value of LP, 25,000 times the factor. 12%, 5 periods advance. So ayan 12%, 5 periods advance. Present value of URV, 15,000 times the factor. Present value of 1, 12%, 5 periods. So notice, yung pag ang ginamit ay 12%, no? To discount LP and URB. Yung total niya, yung sum niya, okay? Equal dun sa fair value of what? Asset. So meaning, confirm. Ano nga yung 12%? Rate implicit in the lease. So again, usually binibigay sa problem yan. Kaya lang, okay, kung ang gusto ngang i-highlight, kung marunong kang mag-compute ng implicit rate yan, pwedeng itanong din. And yun nga, okay, pangpagulo dyan kung merong IDC. So dahil sa IDC, nagbabago kasi yung rate. Kasi effectively nga, since IDC is additional investment means lower income. So kaya nababawasan yung total interest kapag merong initial direct cost. Kaya nagre-recompute doon ng implicit rate. Okay? Now, number 62 and 63. 62, total interest income. Okay? Then, interest income, first year. So, using, yun nga, effective interest method. So, again, paano nga kino-compute ang total interest? UFI equals gross minus net investment. And what is gross? LP plus URV. So, supply the amounts. Okay, so this time, direct financing lease. So, the annual rental payable in advance, 500,000. Lease term and useful life, 5 years. So, automatic finance lease. And this one is direct financing. The lessor is non-dealer. So, yung fair value ng equipment and meron ditong initial direct cost given. Okay, so 500,000 times 5. Okay, 500,000 times 5 LP. Total 2.5 million. In this problem, no residual value. So the gross investment in the lease, total receivable, 2,500,000. Okay. Net investment, okay, in the lease. Again, ano nga yung net investment? Yung present value ng gross, which is, ano ba yung gross? Di ba ito yun? LP and URB. So yung present value ng LP plus yung present value ng URB using the implicit rate, so yun ang net investment. Okay, kaya lang, binigay pa yung implicit rate dyan. Okay, and as noted earlier, di ba pag sinabing implicit rate, pag diniscount yung LP at yung URB, mag-i-equal dito sa fair value ng asset and IDC. So, ibig sabihin, based on that concept, kung yung present value ng LP plus present value of URB ay mag-i-equal dun sa sum ng fair value of the asset plus IDC, yung fair value na yan ng asset at ng IDC, yan yung net investment. Okay? So kaya fair value of asset plus IDC, since dapat mag-equal yan dun sa present value ng LP at URB, yan na yung net investment. So the net investment in the lease, the fair value of the asset plus IDC. So again, pag direct financing, part ng investment yung IDC. Total. So, total to be collected. Okay, so tapos ito yung net investment. So, future value, present value. So, simply, yung difference, okay, ito yung in-invest basically. Ito yung in-invest ng lessor. Ito yung marireceive niya from the investment. So, yung difference, return on investment. At ano yung return na yan? So, interest. So, the difference, gross minus net. Okay, so total interest over the lease term. So, number 62, Bravo. Okay, 62, Bravo. And then, number 63. So, yung total na yan, interest yan over 5 years. Pero syempre, hindi naman simply divide by 5 yan. So, merong particular method. So, similar nga dun sa effective interest method. So, to get interest, first year, let's start from here. Ito yung initial measurement. So, the net investment in the lease. That's the carrying amount of the lease receivable. Advance ang payment. So, minus yung first payment. So, made in advance. Immediately after the first payment, balance. So, that's the basis of interest, year 1. Times the rate implicit in the lease. Unfortunately, not given. Okay, so CA, okay, after the initial payment times the implicit rate, that's the interest income year 1. So, yun na yung problem. Hindi given yung implicit rate. So, again, since not given, no choice tayo but to compute. So, again, trial and error. So, as noted earlier, the rate implicit in the list is the rate that causes this one, the aggregate present value of LP and URB to be equal to the sum of the fair value of the list asset and IDC. So ito nga yun, no? Yan. Ito siya. I-present value mo to, mag-i-equal dito dapat. Okay? So in this case, na-compute na natin. Alam na natin yung net investment, yung fair value ng asset plus IDC. So in this case, walang URV. So present value ng LP, which is 500,000. 500,000 times the factor. Dapat yung total niyan, 2,020,000. So based on that, pwede nating makompute yung factor. So 2,020,000 divide natin ng 500,000. So yung kailangan nating factor para mag-equal yung present value ng LP dun sa kay fair value ng asset and IDC, 4.04. And what is 4.04? Advance annuity yan since advance yung payment, 5 periods. So what rate will give us 4.04? Yun na. Doon na papasok ang interpolation, trial, and error. Guess and check. So you guess and then you check. So from the choices. Okay, so this one, itry mo yung letter A. Yung answer dyan sa letter A, i-divide mo siya ng 1,520. Kasi di ba previous CA times rate. The answer divide by the carry amount. So yung rate na nakuha mo sa A, okay, use the formula. So tingnan mo kung makompute mo yung 4.04. If not, then it's not the implicit rate. So pag tinry mo siya, it's not. So now let's try letter B. So 182,400. I-divide mo siya ng 1,520,000. So ang makompute mo dyan, 12%. At pag tinry mo yung 12%, this one. So ito yung ordinary annuity. I-times mo ng 1.12 advance and you will get this factor. So yung factor na yan, pag in-apply sa 500,000, mag-i-equal yan doon sa 2,020,000. So what does it mean? 12% is the rate implicit in the list. Kaya 1,520,000 times 12%. So answer, bravo. Yan, trial and error. So don't worry, usually naman sa mga problems, binibigay na yung rate, no? Kasi kung hindi binigay yan, parang sa effective interest rate, masyado namang magiging mathematics na, hindi na accounting. Okay? So unless yun nga lang, gustong i-highlight. Okay? Kung marunong kang mag-compute ng implicit rate. And kapag direct financing nga, affected. Okay? Ang implicit rate ng IDC. So ang effect kasi ng initial direct cost, additional investment, so decrease in interest. So nababawasan yung kikitain pag mayroong dinadagdag na investment. Okay, so yan ha. That's accounting for finance list. Okay, so again, pag finance list, i-check mo na sino ang lessor. Okay, dealer ba or non-dealer? Okay, so pag dealer, sales type. Non-dealer, direct financing. Okay, now, paano yun nga? Paano kung nagkaroon ng change in scope? O kaya nagkaroon ng change in consideration? Hindi naman part yun ng original terms and conditions. Doon papasok yung lease modification. As noted earlier, pag operating, pagka nag-change, okay, so pag nagkaroon ng modification, as if bago na yan. So new lease na yung accounting niyan. Okay, paano kung yung finance lease ang minodify? So yan ang i-discuss natin in the next video. Okay?